Hey guys, this is Project Life week 1 2020. It feels good to say that. And this week I am using the January Life Crafted kit from Citrus Twist, which makes life really simple for me, and that's what I'm aiming to do. Well, this year, but always. That's what I'm always aiming for with Project Life, is to keep it simple. That is exactly how I have managed to do 7 years worth of Project Life albums. I have started by adding my favorite card from this kit up the top for my title card this week. Love that card. Definitely knew I wanted it for my title card. And then I've kind of coordinated the rest of the page around that. So I'm just trying to make things as simple as possible by choosing cards that I don't really have to do a lot to, like this one for instance. I loved this stripy diagonal rainbow kind of 3x4 card, and I wanted to use it, but it didn't really suit how I had my photos laid out, so I just changed the way my photos are going to be on this spread. It means I had to trim down my donut photo, but it means I can just stick my photo onto the card and be done with that one. I really love how that looks in the end, and I'm pleased that I managed to just shuffle my photos around. I've moved my Instax photos down to the bottom here. Instead of a card for that bottom photos, I just used a piece of the 6x8 exclusive patent papers. It ties in all the colors nicely, and it's really simple to just attach my photos to, and I'm done. Now this card here I really loved, but the photo that I had, it was just going to cover up that really cute banner. Adds a nice pop of color to this card. So all I did was grab a knife and trim out the wee banner piece. It's really simple. I didn't even use a ruler. And then I'm going to slip my photo in underneath. That way I still get to see all the beautiful design of the card, but I get my photo on there as well. Now I'm going through some of the embellishments in the kit, and I want to keep things pretty simple. I have picked out this really yellow journaling card to do my journaling this week. Again, I want to keep it simple. The journaling card is numbered 1 through 5. I love numbered journaling for making things a little bit easier on myself. And so to tie that kind of very bright yellow card in, I'm going to try and add as many yellow embellishments as I can. Otherwise the yellow kind of stands out like a sore thumb. So to make everything a little bit more cohesive, I am going to use the yellow journaling card, and I'm going to make sure that there is more yellow in this spread. So the first thing I did was grab one of the fabric embellishments, and it says good stuff, and it perfectly covers the plate of raw meat in my photo, which is perfect. We were making dumplings on New Year's Eve, and I took this really fun photo, but I definitely don't want a plate of raw mince on my spread. So the good stuff sticker covers that perfectly. I have added another banner sort of puffy sticker down the bottom on top of my Instax photos, which gives me a little bit more yellow down the bottom. And I just need a couple more sort of spots of yellow, I think, to tie it all together. So one I'm going to add onto that banner that I cut out, and I think I'll try and add another spot onto my title card here. So I just ran my journaling card straight through my typewriter because I'm not writing like lines and lines and lines of writing. I didn't bother adding it to scrap paper like I normally would. I just ran it straight through because I knew I wouldn't have to type right to the bottom, which is often an issue when I'm trying to typewrite onto journal cards. So sometimes I do just temporarily stick them to scrap paper to help them go through. I've got a bit of a finicky old sort of vintage typewriter, so sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, and I just kind of have to be happy with that. So the first yellow label I tried to fit onto my title card here. It was on the cut apart sheet, and it was just a little bit too small to add the dates. I need to add 2 full dates to this week because week 1 actually included a little bit of 2019. So I'm not a big stickler for having like half weeks. I don't have to have all of 2020 in here. So my week 1 I think included 3 days of 2019, so it does mean that I want to add 2 full date stamps rather than sort of partially stamping like I normally do. There was a yellow label in the like die cut ephemera pack, and it was kind of an odd shape, so I did trim out this black one here. but I just didn't like the black. I really want to add the yellow. So what I decided to do was to stamp my 2 dates onto the yellow label from the die cut pack, stamp them as close to the top of the label as I can. And then I'm just going to trim the bottom of it off so that I can stick that onto my title card. And I'm going to stick it so it's on the same line as my title, and so you can see it looks like it's kind of popping out from one of the lines. That gives me my tiny little pop of yellow up here on the title card. I'm just playing around with a few more little puffy stickers, but essentially I'm not going to add a whole lot more to this layout. I did have a couple of photos on here that I haven't added anything to, and they kind of do look a bit plain. They sort of stick out. So there was a puffy sticker that I really wanted to use on this photo down the bottom here. This was New Year's Eve. We sat down after dinner and had a glass of wine. There's a sticker that says I'll drink to that, and it couldn't be more perfect for the photo, but I just wanted it to stand out off this pretty busy photo. It wasn't a great photo, so I printed it in black and white, and so just to help that sticker stand out a little bit more, I did just trim out with my scissors a little semicircle of vellum. I stuck the sticker onto the vellum and then hid the glue on the vellum behind the sticker, so it all sticks down nicely onto the photo, but you don't see any of that glue behind the vellum. And the last photo that I've got is of my good buddy Lil here on New Year's Day, and I just want to add just a really simple stamp. There's a little bit of sort of blank space towards the bottom there, so I think I want to add a stamp into there. I forgot that I haven't actually glued down these fabric die cuts yet, so I just glued them onto the photos, and then I want to add just one little stamp on here, and I am going to stamp in black. I haven't used a lot of black on this layout, but I did want it to kind of stand out off the photo, so I'm just going to stamp that in black. And then because I have stamped that in black, I do want to tie it into the rest of the spread a little bit more, so I am going to do just a tiny bit more stamping on some of the other photos. This one, with my new phone, I decided to add a couple of little sentiments around the puffy sticker just to make that more of a cluster rather than one little sticker. And then I loved the stamp that says beginnings, so I decided just to stamp a little border along the bottom of this photo. It doesn't stand out too much, it's just a tiny detail that you probably would only notice if you looked super hard, which I am, but it just adds the fact that this was New Year's Eve to that photo. And with that, I'm going to call this layout all done. I am looking to make sure that I haven't missed any sort of opportunities for stamping here, but actually I'm really happy with how this turned out, and my motto for Project Life is always that done is better than perfect, and that's exactly what this is. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. If you want to keep watching, there are a couple more videos on screen. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. Bye guys.